Kelvin, my darling. Faith is here, everybody. Thank you, Anila. Career pathway to New Zealand. Faith. Faith. I think I'm correct. Okay, so Faith, please send a request. But let me see. Let's see. Hi, everybody. Hi. Good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're listening from. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Chat with Nosenje. My name is Nosenje. I don't think I need to introduce myself again, but I'll do that every time. And thank you so much for making it a date with us this evening. I really do appreciate each and every one of you for your time, because this was really within a very short notice, but you are here. Thank you so much. We're talking about career pathway to New Zealand, and I have a guest today. Her name is Faith. Last time we talked about can you guys hear me? Can you please let me know if you can? And if you cannot, let me know so I can speak louder. Let me know if you can hear me. Just, indicate with a filter. Indicate with an emoji. Just to let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. All right. So last time we talked about life in Canada versus UK, and I had Summer Okibe with me. It was quite exciting. It was insightful. It was lovely. And I think that was my longest live session. Anyway, today I have Faith Hojone. It's so hot in the UK now. Yeah, I'm just going to go straight ahead to invite her, because we only have about 45 minutes and I've already used 4 minutes out of that. So what we do is the first 30 minutes will be for us to discuss the pathway. And then the last 15 minutes, we will take questions. When you get to the question session, can you guys hear me? Or am I speaking to myself? Please, just indicate if you can. Please, I beg you. So when we get to the question session, all you have to do is use the question icon to drop your questions, because if you are dropping questions in the chat, I might not get to see it. So if you don't want me to miss your question, please use the chat session. So if you look at on your screen, you have, am I still on this live session? The cow, everybody's too quiet. So if you look on your screen on your right lower side, there are 4 icons, and you can use one of them, which is the one with the question mark, to drop your question. So now I'm gonna invite my guest so we can go right to it. I want to believe that you can hear me, right? Please indicate if you cannot hear me at any point, and I will work on my audio. So let me invite Faith. I think I've seen her. Yo. Popularly known Faith Hojone. So she's gonna be sharing with us the pathway to New Zealand.
Hello. Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you, my darling?
I'm good.
Beautiful, sweet, lovely. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
What have you been up to?
Nothing much. In fact, I just woke up from sleep.
No vex. I know that this was quite a very short notice, even though we've talked about it for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm just very excited that we're finally getting to do this. So, guys, this is Faith. She's a lovely, sweet lady,
Hello,
and
everyone.
she is an immigration
I am
expert.
not. So I'm not an immigration agency.
You are Tiami's sister.
I just share information for you.
She's intelligent, she's smart, she's beautiful, she's sound. I am so proud of her. I'm proud of what she does.
I beg.
She is. Let me talk, before you introduce yourself. I will introduce
Stop
you by myself.
hyping me.
She's a YouTuber. She works with the government. She's been a recruiter. She's done HR. Faith is multi-talented. This woman, she is my mentor when it comes to creating. Faith is just so lovely, guys. All right. I'm so happy to have her here. She's not single. She's married. We're not here to talk about Faith. I'm just introducing her to you guys. So if you want to learn so much about migration, you want to learn so much about life in the UK or as a foreigner somewhere, Faith is the go-to person for you. She's got a YouTube channel. And she have lots of amazing content. Aside immigration content, she also have, relatable content. She's just superb, guys. So make sure you're following her. Make sure you're subscribed to her channel. It says so Faith Hojone. Only one. Any other one is a counterfeit.
So,
how are you? Introduce yourself. Even though I've already done the introduction, but please introduce yourself. Who are you?
Hey,
what do you do?
Me again. You already know me, Faith or Johnny, and I am not all of those things she said. I am just Faith or Johnny.
She does not like to blow a trumpet. Me, I'll blow it for you, my darling.
I'll share content on, everything, life in the UK, Japan. I just share relatable content, not necessarily how to migrate all the time, and I share information. In fact, I keep you guys updated, especially if you're an immigrant living in the UK or immigrant living in the UK. I keep you guys updated with the, you know how the government changes policy now. We need to know so that we know where our faith lies.
Good.
Anyway, we are here to talk about New Zealand.
This country.
My best country. I love that country.
So why is New Zealand your best country? Why are you interested in that country?
I've not been there, but with the amount of research videos I've watched, I have people who live in New Zealand that I connect with, I've spoken to people who are living there, and the feedback I get from there, it's not bad, and plus it's more like it's that country that is it has all the green areas. The people there are quite relaxed. They're not, and work-life balance there is quite not, how UK you'll be working back to back. New Zealand is not like that. In fact, the reason how I knew that their work life is a bit not stressful was when, we were planning on moving to New Zealand. So my husband was applying for jobs there in New Zealand, and in December, all the companies he applied to sort of sent him an email telling him they are going on Christmas break for 2 weeks.
Interesting.
These are big companies like the Big Four. If you know about the Big Four accounting firm, Deloitte, PwC, and those Big Four, they are closing for 2 weeks for Christmas. It can never happen in the UK. So I'm like,
maximum 1 day.
I'm like, these people don't like work. Would you not go on good? Who not go on go that who won't you would want to travel, stay in that kind of country? And again, I read that people can even wear slippers to pubs. It's not like in the UK, if you want to go to club, you have to dress killing. In New Zealand, life is very chilled.
That's nice to know.
Yeah, and because they didn't open their border to migrant before, but after the COVID, I think last year they introduced 3 visa, and they are also one of those countries that are experiencing shortage of staff in the care sector and other sector as well. But they created a different pathway based on the sectors that they are having shortage in, and they have a care worker visa, care workforce to residency. They have the straight to resident pathway. It's like it's like PR. It's like Canada, where you have to get it from your home country. But we're not talking about all of that now. But that one is part of it, and most especially is the care work pathway to residency. Unlike the UK, if you move to New Zealand as a carer, and after 2 years of working with an accredited employer in New Zealand, you can apply for your resident permit. So just 2 years, you get your permanent residency.
Like, it's so amazing. When I read about it, initially I was not really interested in New Zealand. I had no idea they even had a carer pathway. I knew about the nursing pathway because they pay their nurses a lot, and especially if you are migrating from the UK to New Zealand, it's you don't have to take a lot of exams. Like, it's so easy to transition as a nurse from the UK to New Zealand, or as a nurse from Australia to New Zealand. It's just really seamless. But if you're coming from other countries, there are other requirements that you of course have to meet, depending on what the council is talking about, or what the council thinks that they need from you. If you don't meet up with their own standards, then you have to take certain, like what do I call, what's the word for this, like a training that kind of introduce you to the nursing in New Zealand. So it's really a very very amazing country. And for tourism, I heard it's really, really pretty. I mean, you should go on vacation to New Zealand one of these days.
I know one nurse that moved from the UK to New Zealand. In fact, I'm going to have a live session with her. I think next week. We're talking about, she currently lives in New Zealand, but she left New Zealand. Aside from that, New Zealand, they are one of the, they pay more than the UK in terms of their is it what they call it, their earnings. They pay more than the UK. And what else? Yeah, so it's, and the work, and the work is not like as stressful as the UK. So so I know, like, a lot of people are leaving the UK. Some people are leaving the UK to New Zealand and Australia because it's close. But anyway, let's talk about how you can move. Let's talk
about the whole pathway. Like, let's talk about the pathway to becoming a carer. What do you need? What are the requirements? Let's really go in depth into that. And I know that you have a video about this on your YouTube channel.
I have a video, but because they recently, I think they closed the pathway, but it's going to be opening again in September 2023. Yeah, they closed it for some time, but they are reopening it September 2023. The good thing about New Zealand, one thing I like about them is that if you're moving with your family, you can move with your dependents age 24 and less.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like the UK.
Yeah, age 24 and less. And I mean, it's not like UK where your child has to be 18 years old. So New Zealand,
exactly.
Age 24. And again, for those of you who will be wondering, oh, am I eligible in terms of age? So for you to apply for the carer route, you have to be 55 years and below. So if you're above 55 years, you're not eligible. You have to pass English language. You need to write IELTS, and I think they have a different one for New Zealand. I think it's only UK that have this English.
UK has UKVI.
Yeah, it's only UK that has a different one, but I think the general IELTS,
academic or general,
you can use it for New Zealand. So the thing is that it's not like if you just if you can just move to New Zealand and get permanent residency. No, it doesn't work like that. Just like the UK, you have to get a job in New Zealand, and you have to get a job with an accredited employer. That's to say, just like the UK, your employer has to be licensed, and they have list of accredited employers. They are listed in the on the New Zealand government website. So, or if you just go on Google, just type New Zealand accredited employers, you see the list. So you know that these people have have the license to sponsor you. Then secondly, they also have a specific website for healthcare jobs. So if you're looking for jobs in New Zealand as a healthcare worker, they have a specific website for care. On all those healthcare assistance and all of that. Then another good thing is that the immigration process is going to be monitored by the government. It's not, there's nothing like selling COS here. So everything is going to be by merit. Okay. So if you don't qualify, you don't have all the necessary skills that you're looking for, it's going to be hard for you to get in. So this one is all based on merit, and you have to qualify for it. So the way the government has done the whole visa processing is to stop any exploitation of workers, just like what's happening in the UK now. You hear stories
about it.
I mean, carers are being exploited, they are being treated like, you know, so many stories. With New Zealand, it might be difficult for you to get it, but if you get it, you know that you have rest of mind, you know. So when they give you the visa, you're not thinking of renewing. After 2 years, you're thinking of applying for your PR. And you can come with your family. And once you get your PR in New Zealand, you can bring, they have pathway for family. You can bring your extended family, other family members.
Do you have to actually get a PR before you can bring your family?
No. If you, at the beginning, you can go with your family. But I'm just saying, if maybe you have a cousin, uncle you want to bring, once you get your ILR, or you want to bring your parents, like they have one specific family like that. So yeah, and their money is New Zealand dollars. I think they use dollars, but they have their own dollars. I know. So
I think their dollars is not the same thing as US dollars. So you know, do your math very well. I think their dollars is actually lower than US dollars.
So now
it is, right?
Yeah, it's lower than US dollar. So what you need is a job. So you need to get a job, a care job with an accredited employer who is.
Where do we get these care jobs? Just give us a few list of websites.
I think they have websites like I know that sick.co.nz and it's a job board that really promotes jobs in New Zealand and Australia. And also the way you search for jobs matters, okay? Because since not all employers are accredited, you might not know if not all jobs on sick.co is eligible for sponsorship. So you need to use specific keywords, key phrases when you're searching for a job. So you can just put care jobs with visa sponsorship. You can put visa sponsorship available care jobs. I mean, that's on the search bar.
Exactly.
When you're looking for it. And you can put New Zealand care workforce visa care jobs. Just make sure you put all those key phrases, so you only filter those jobs with sponsorship and show to you. And another place you can get visa sponsorship jobs in New Zealand is LinkedIn. For LinkedIn, you need to go and change your location
to New Zealand.
Yeah, you need to change your location to New Zealand, and then put jobs. You can just put care jobs with accredited employers. You like all those key phrases is also important for you to use, like put care job with accredited New Zealand accredited employers. That is, then they will show you. You can reach out to recruiters there. Once you see any job vacancy, you know, if there's visa available, you can still use the same key phrase I mentioned for the other sick.co. You can use visa available care jobs in New Zealand, care jobs with visa sponsorship, foreign care worker jobs. Just, you know, put in phrases that would give you job that is for international workers.
Guys, make sure you're following Faith too, because follow who know road. So that you will not get lost on the way. Follow her, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it's really impossible for us to, you know, finish the whole pathway, how you like cut it down, break it all down in this very short live session. So you can catch up with this video. You have the video, right? Yes, on your YouTube. Yeah. So she has the full video with the full details, everything that you need. Is on our YouTube channel. You can also do us a favor by sharing this live session. If you use the kite icon on your screen, you can use that to share the live session with someone or your friend that you think that they will benefit from this live session. Okay, and make sure you're following Faith. Follow me too, but me, I'm not single. Faith is single. I'm just messing with you. Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
for you to qualify, you need to have, according to what is written on the website in terms of eligibility and criteria, you need to be an experienced worker. You need to have a certification in care that is equivalent to New Zealand's own. They will also do character reference, like in terms of the whole recruitment process, like maybe when you want to apply for your visa, they will do character reference.
What's character reference?
I
Like your
think they
character.
have, yeah, they do that. I don't know how they would do the whole process, but yeah, you would do like character reference or character is one of their visa applications to assess.
I think when you have when you get an accredited employer, they should be able to point you out to some of these things.
Yeah, and again, the good thing is that once you get a job with an accredited employer, your employer gets to help you through the process. It's not like the UK where they will leave you to do your application yourself. No, New Zealand they would
yeah, I think it's like police report. Someone says it like police report. I think it's like DBS, like like police report.
Yeah, they call it character reference, so it's similar. Then you need to have experience in care. You need to have a care certification from your home country. It doesn't have to be New Zealand care certification, as long as it's equivalent to what they use, and your age. Yeah, character reference. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
And your age should be 55 below. You can come with your family or your dependents. It doesn't matter the number, as long as you can apply for the visa and come go to New Zealand.
Okay.
So the process is you have to get a job in New Zealand with an accredited employer. Once you get the job, you have to have worked in New Zealand for 24 months. That's for 2 years. Then you'll now be eligible to apply for your permanent residency. Another thing is they have recruiters. They have list of recruiters in New Zealand you can reach out to, and I think if you Google, I don't know how you can find that, but I have the list. I don't know, but
it's on your YouTube channel in the video, is it?
Yeah, it should be. The video that I've done is quite old. It's been a long time, but yeah, I think you should. All the links are there, like links to find the recruiters. And
even in one of the videos I did recently, I added list of websites where you can actually acquire a care certificate, because like the UK, when you come to the UK and you want to work as a carer, you can take certain online courses from your home even. And you can volunteer in like a care home. They just need that experience from you. I also came across some employers, because I think I shared like 24 accredited employers on my YouTube channel that are ready to actually give you the training. Some are happy to recruit you fresh and give you the training if you show the passion. I think with the with the UK, some employers, they don't mind you not even having the experience. But if you show the passion, but at least volunteer, it makes the whole process easier for you, because it's going to be very competitive, right?
Yeah, but recently the UK government have like deal with New Zealand. I think yeah, so that's to say if you're in the UK you can go and work in New Zealand, but I think that is for those who already have like their stay in the UK. But if you're a carer in the UK and you feel like you want to change, maybe you want to try New Zealand, since it will be easier for you. I mean, I think it will be a lot easier for those already in the UK based on the whole work. I think it's a work deal that the UK government have with New Zealand. That's to say, New Zealand citizen can come to the UK and work without requiring visa. I think it's the youth mobility. I'm not really.
They have the same deal for nurses too. I said it earlier.
Yeah, so and people in the UK can move to New Zealand to work. So it's just the government this thing deal they have.
So how long does it take? How long does it take for the whole visa application, from the whole getting jobs, your visa application? What's like the time frame for the whole processing?
I mean, I don't know how. Let me see. The visa processing time do change. The last time I checked, because then they were really desperate, they wanted people quick. The visa processing time was a bit lesser. But now, because now it's like they suspended the whole visa thing, it's going to open up in September 2023. Wow. So yeah, the visa processing has, changed the time frame. I'm not like 100% sure anymore.
I think the last time I saw it was between 15 to 60 days. The last time I shared. a video on that. It was between 15 to 60 days on your website. So I think that's still fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will the employers also pay for your whole visa?
Yeah, the employers are responsible for almost everything. Like once they hire you, they'll do everything.
Can you study under that visa
Yeah,
type?
you can study.
The visa is the accredited employer work visa.
Yeah,
right? Can you study under it?
Yeah, you can study in New Zealand under it, and yeah, you can study. You can live permanently.
Okay, so compared to the UK, would you really recommend?
I mean, I don't know. The way the UK is, I don't know. Things are, I mean, so many stories are here. I don't about carers. I've never been a carer before in my life, but everybody that I know that works in care, they don't have anything nice to say. Not all of them have good experiences, and I feel like the expectations of care workers is so much that, I mean, if you want to try New Zealand, and again, it's because the UK was not strict at the beginning. New Zealand is quite very strict. So if you know if you don't have experience, you don't have this, you cannot even. So because it's strict, and yeah, so because it's strict, I mean, it will be hard for employers to exploit you, and it'll be hard for you to go there and start struggling because I mean, you're not thinking of renewing visa, because the visa you get after 2 years you apply like
it's
and the country is quite chilled. Their working culture is not like the UK that you work, if you are working 10 hours, that 10 hours they will work hard for your bodies. Not like so I mean
let me just add
questions.
Yeah. Let me just add this quickly. So if you're a nurse and you are interested in this pathway, this is what I read from one of the recruiters, their requirements. So if you're a nurse, I'm not saying that this is just for nurses, and I'm not saying that you have to be a nurse, but I'm saying that, you know, these days it's been really difficult getting jobs in the UK because of the old red list and the old COS issue, right? So I believe that this is a pathway that nurses, especially if you're struggling, is a pathway that you can take advantage of. One, the IELTS requirement for New Zealand is just overall of 5.0. Unlike the UK is 7. Number one, 7, and you need to have at least 6.5 in writings, and that's why it's really tough for nurses to, you know, migrate to UK to migrate to the UK these days, because people struggle. That's like a big barrier, like a major barrier. But with New Zealand, there's no red list, number one. And again, you can actually apply with you already have a nurse, you're already a nurse, like you're already overqualified, because some employers said if you're a nurse, like an internationally trained nurse, you can also apply for these care jobs. So if you apply with just 5.0, I mean, most of the time you already have you already have that 5.0, it's easier. So please, like, it's something you can actually take advantage of and go to New Zealand if you want. If you want to get an in-depth video of this discussion, no, for healthcare is 5.0, okay? 5.0. All of the links, I'm not saying you should apply as a nurse, apply as a carer. All of the links to the application for jobs, for certificates, for the visa is on the YouTube channel. I have a video on it, and Faith also have a full detailed video on it. And according to her, there are some certain changes now, so you can want to actually go to our YouTube channel and check out, subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn a notification on so that you can keep up with the latest updates. So Faith, we've got some questions here. Let's take them quickly before we round off. We only have 15 minutes for the questions. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, make sure you buy a badge for Faith too. Don't worry, I'll send the money to her, or I'll spend it for her and she will take it from my body. So the first question here is, can I transfer from my school in Turkey to New Zealand?
I don't know about transferring school.
Please, if you join this session mid, you have to wait so you can watch it, so you don't jump into conclusion or take me out of context, okay? Please. So if you just join this session, please watch it at the beginning, and so you can listen properly and hear clear words. Yeah. So Faith, please, this person said that can I transfer from school in Turkey to New Zealand?
You have to check the New Zealand student routes, but I know about transfer. I know that you can transfer, because even UK Nigerians, if you're a Nigerian student, you can transfer to UK university. like transfer some points you've already gotten. And but I don't know about Turkey to New Zealand. So you just have to check. It depends on the government agreement. If the both country have an agreement with each other to do all those things, then it's possible. But I don't know about. I don't have that information.
All right. Thank you. So please, guys, you can also do some check. The other question we have is, I'm a student. I'm a student nurse currently in my 3rd year in Turkey, and I'm really interested in going to New Zealand after my graduation. I wonder if they would accept a newly graduated student without experience.
I doubt, because you're coming to work, and it's your experience that will make them hire you. So if you can just give you an edge. So if you can just like try gain some experience or work for a while and then try. But again, who said that? There's nothing impossible. You can give it a try, and you never know, you might be lucky. You get,
as a student nurse, you're not a complete novice, I'll say. You have done your clinicals, you've done internship, you've done trainings. I believe that should be able to boost your CV to a level, and you should actually stand a chance of getting work in New Zealand, actually. Okay, I have a video on the old nursing pathway. If you want to go to the nursing pathway, kindly check the video on my YouTube channel. Okay, let's go to the next question. This says, I think we've answered this question already. Can you recommend care certifications for people in Nigeria? I think we already talked about care.
I don't know care sets. I don't know which one. The New Zealand just said equivalent. So I think you need to go to the New Zealand website to see their, like the UK, they have grading system. So the certification you have in Nigeria, if you put it in the UK grading system, it will tell you what it's equivalent to. So you can just try. I think I will try share the link on how you can do I think New Zealand have grading system as well, how they grade.
Yeah, they have
compared to international ones.
I think their grading for care certificate is from level 0 to level 4, and it's in my recent video about the carer pathway. I shared, because I really went in depth. I looked for website and I shared website where you can actually get this care certificate from. Some are free, some are discounted, and of course some you have to pay, and for some you might have to get somebody that is able to pay from outside Nigeria, but I think Nigeria has a limit on how much you can pay from outside Nigeria. I'm sorry, inside Nigeria to outside Nigeria. So you might have to get somebody abroad that can make the payment for you, and for some you should be able to actually make the payment for the really cheap ones, right? You can do some within 6 months, within 3 to 6 months, and you can, and most of them are also self-paced, so it depends on you. So if you go to my YouTube channel, check that video. I think read.co.uk is one of them. I shared a lot of websites. I cannot really remember some of them now. So I shared a lot of websites in that video. You can check New Zealand. They grade their care certificate from 0 to 4. And there's New Zealand certificate in health and social care. If you already have Allison.com is one that also came to my head just now. So if you already have a certificate in caring, maybe health and social care, maybe care certificate in becoming an healthcare assistant, a support worker, safety, communication at work, your work relationship with your patients, all of these kind of trainings that are related to healthcare. These are the particular kind of courses you can go for. But the specific ones, I mentioned some specific ones in that. You want to have a drink?
No, it's fine.
I mentioned some specific ones in that video, so you can actually check that video out so you can get more in-depth information. Okay?
Yeah, I would like to add something.
Yes, please go.
So for you to apply for the straight to resident, when you get to New Zealand, you have to be working at the level 4, like you mentioned. So when you talked about the level 4, that came to my mind.
Okay.
Yeah, or if you already gotten a job, when you're looking for jobs, care jobs in New Zealand, make sure you're looking for a grade at a level 4 grade, so that you'll be able to apply for the resident the same.
Okay. And I just saw a question now on the screen. The person said, do I need to register with New Zealand Nursing Council before applying? If you are applying as a nurse, you have to register with New Zealand Nursing Council, and I have that separate video on my channel. But if you are registered, if you are applying for a job as a carer, they do not have regulation. They are unregulated roles. Okay, so they do not have regulation. All you have to do is get a job if you have a care certificate, okay, or you have a caring experience. Another one I have here is, so we've answered that question. This last we have only 2 questions left and we're going. And this one said, will you advise that a nurse travel as a carer and then transition from when one gets outside the country? I think that's for me. Well, yes, as I mentioned earlier, and if you watch this video later, you will hear when I did say that you can, if you're a nurse and you're probably struggling with passing IELTS for UK is higher, or for other countries is slightly higher. But when I discovered about the carer pathway, the IELTS score was low. It was like 5.0 overall, and they don't, if you like, have 4 in maybe they don't care as long as you get overall of 5. That is what they need for the carer pathway. So if you're really struggling with other countries, and I would recommend New Zealand anytime because of the PR. Oh my goodness. So yes, there are employers that are ready to support you to actually transition into becoming a registered nurse, since that is your dream. So you can start from a carer and transition to become a nurse. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the last question here also, what are the roles of carer outside the country? You have to watch that video. So carers, basically, they work with, you can be a carer, healthcare assistant, a support worker, and what they basically
mental health, different one, social support worker, mental health. So you can apply for any of the care role. It doesn't have to be you know,
any
like
care
adult
role.
Care. Any care role. They have different care role. They have support worker, they have living carer.
Resident homes, you can work in residential homes, you can work in the hospital, you can work in, you can work in living as a living carer. There are lots of opportunities for you. And what you basically do as a carer in any sector is you support nurses in providing care to the patient, and you also get to actually relate with other, part of the team. The main priority is that you are all working together as a team to take care of the patient. The patient is always the priority. And Faith, let's take one last question before we round up. Nosenji, answer. Can I transfer to UK? What are you transferring to UK? Oh, can I transfer from Turkey to UK? Sure. If you want to come to UK, everybody, the door is open. I'm not a gatekeeper of UK. So of course, yes, you can. So I think that's all of the questions that we've got now. I am so happy that we got to do the session. We're going to round up now. What's your final words before we go?
My final
Give a final word. Talk about your anything you want to talk about.
My final advice is that you need to know that the way we speak about these things that move to New Zealand, it's not like it's easy. It's not bread and beans. It has to do with lots of work.
It's not even easy to cook.
Is consistency, is your push to want to get this thing. Because trust me, I remember when we were in Nigeria some years ago, we were planning to come to the UK. In fact, when we were planning on coming to the UK was when the COVID just started. In fact, my husband was applying for jobs back to back. I can't remember how many, unfortunately, he got. It was not easy, even though he has years of experience. Okay, but finally, one person said yes. It only takes one employer to say yes to you, and everything.
Wait, it's your husband is working remotely, so he's working remotely for New Zealand, right, to the UK?
No. I'm just thinking about when we were coming to the UK.
Okay. Okay.
Just like telling the viewers that it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. It can take you years. I mean, it can take you years for you to be able to. I said yes, sorry. It takes you it can take you months, weeks. I know someone that I talked about when Ireland started this thing. She got it within 1 month. She watched my video, she started applying, and she got it. She sent me a message that, Faith, I'm now in Ireland. Thank you for your video. It was through that video I found out about Ireland.
Wow.
So just keep applying. Do not give up. If you're not on LinkedIn yet, I mean, LinkedIn is your you meet recruiters, create a LinkedIn profile. Make sure that your profile on LinkedIn and your CV match. Your bio on your CV and your LinkedIn should be together. You need to use a lot of keywords on your LinkedIn profile so that recruiters can find you. And you need to connect with recruiters. Create a like a templates that you send to recruiters. Just if you know you are experienced, and remember, if you do not have experience, you're not a carer, do not go and pay for certification when you are not working as a carer. If you don't have a care experience, going to take certification, see, these people don't want your certification. All they want is experience. So your experience is more important than any certification you want to get. So if you don't have experience, and I feel like nurses, if you're an auxiliary nurse in Nigeria, I mean, you can be a carer.
Something like auxiliary nurse.
And then they call them
quack. There's nothing like auxiliary nurse. Okay, please. If you're not a nurse, you're not a nurse. There's no nurse at the back. Thank you. Continue.
Voila. Anyway, what did they call them? Is it
nurse
auxiliary? Okay.
Assistant. Nurse assistant or quack.
Is it quack? Is it quack they call them?
Hey, for me. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's all I have to say. I just want to say, be consistent, keep applying. Don't be discouraged, and I wish you guys good luck.
Thank you so much, Faith, for doing this. Thank you for your time and your patience and answering questions. Thank you for your soft voice. Thank you so much. And guys, don't forget to follow Faith Ojone.
Follow me. Follow me. And I just want to let you guys know that getting a job is not easy. Getting a job is mentally draining. So if you're not ready, if you're not prepared, when I was applying for a job, I used to apply for like 10 to 15 jobs per day. And when I made up my mind that I want to work in the government, I thought, you know what, I'm not doing private sector again. I want to work in the government. I focused all my attention to that government sector. I was only applying to civil service. So another, I forgot to mention this, another way again you can do is you can go and check on the accredited employer list in New Zealand. When you go through them, look for the accredited employer that is in health and care. Copy all their name, create a PDF file or create an Excel sheet, copy all their name, their websites, then go to their website, search for their career path. If they do not have any career path on their website, copy their name, put the names and put jobs in this company. Like, you need to be creative when you're looking for a job. You can't keep searching for jobs.
Faith is talking from experience, guys.
I'm a job seeker. I always apply for a job because I've done in 2 years, in the space of 2 years in the UK, I've worked for 5 different companies.
Interesting.
So
guys, the whole idea is to,
I am a pro.
So the whole idea, guys, as you round up, is that you'll be patient, keep searching for job. Wake up every day and search for job. Like, wake up in the morning, good morning, Jesus, thank you, Lord, for today. Next thing, apply for jobs.
Yeah.
Before you go anywhere, you just have to keep doing it. There was a time Kelvin told me that his wife applied for, I think, 500 or 300. I think I mentioned that to you, before actually getting the single one that said yes. My goodness. So it takes a lot of patience from you and consistency. So keep doing it. One day, one of the employers will pick your call and you will get a job. So don't forget to follow Faith, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow Wool No Road, so you can get updated when we have new hot gist to share with you guys. Take care of yourself, guys. I love you. This video is going to be on YouTube, so you can also catch up with it. Okay? Yeah. Thanks, my love. Catch you behind the scene. I love you.
Peace.
Yes.